central Nebraska. It's farm country. It's windy country. And here near Lincoln, you can drive on a country road and not see another car for hours. This is the home of the Cornhuskers, Nebraska's great football team. Summers here are hot and windy and peaceful. Except for this small oasis from all the quiet. This is Eagle Raceway, and these are the Outlaws, the sprint cars with a life of their own. As tonight, Prime Sports presents the World of Outlaws, Autolite Spring Nationals. Hi, everybody. I'm Ken Brew. This is my partner, Mike Galloway. It is a windy night here near Lincoln, Nebraska, but it only serves to tee it up for what should be some great dirt track racing. Mike, you talk World of Outlaws, you can't talk any better.
Oh, they're the very best on dirt. There's no doubt about that, Ken. And tonight we've got a great show lined up because we've got 4 heat races. There'll be 8 laps each. Then we have the 5 laps Tums dash. It's a trophy dash of such. The last chance qualifier, as they call it, the B feature, which is 15 laps. And only 4 of those cars out of the B feature will go into the A feature. And then a 25 lap A feature. And tonight, you've got to go to that A feature because that's where the big money is.
Let's talk about the name you're going to hear so often tonight. It's Kinser. There's a lot of Kinsers that you'll hear about, but none bigger than Steve Kinser.
Steve Kinser, considered the king of Outlaws. Outlaws have had championships for 13 years, and out of those 13 years, Steve Kinser's been the national champion 10 times. It goes to show you he's strong. His uncle Carl wrenches the car. Some of the other big names in racing that are here tonight, Doug Wolfgang is on hand. Johnny Herrera's here out of New Mexico. We've got a racer came all the way down from Canada. So we have probably the cream of the crop, no doubt about it, as far as World of Outlaws and sprint car racing are concerned, Ken.
All the kings are here and all the kings' chariots, too, as we get set for this, the World of Outlaws. The World of Outlaws, Autolite Sprint Nationals, brought to you by Autolite Spark Plugs, guaranteed for 2 years, no matter how far you go.
There are things in this life we can all count on. Qualities that we have come to know and trust. Pride, good friends, and simple, honest values. These are the things we know we can depend on. Chevrolet. The cars more Americans depend on.
This summer, you can win one of 50,000 prizes worth over $1 million by finding one man.
I'm back, and this time I brought friends.
Haven't I seen you somewhere before? You know, you look very familiar.
Nice suits, yeah.
Find a Budman certificate inside packages of Budweiser, Bud Light, and Bud Dry Draft to win.
Nothing beats a Bud Man!
20 times last year, the world's best top fuelers fired it up in the final. And all 20 times, the outcome was exactly the same. Every single NHRA winner was powered by the same spark plug. Autolite, we feel pretty good about that.
You're looking at the only motorcycles in the world with built-in insurance. Yamaha. The only motorcycles in the world that offer 1 year's full coverage insurance built right into the price. Yamaha. And all you need to qualify is a valid driver's license. The financing is just as easy. Now go your own way with Yamaha. The only motorcycles in the world with built-in insurance, and only at your Yamaha dealer.
Well, there's the scene at the wind-swept and sun-drenched Eagle Speedway here just outside of Omaha, Nebraska, as we get set for the qualifying laps. Now, Mike, for the uninitiated, what will we see here now in the qualifying?
They run 2 laps under the green flag, Ken, and they're timed on both of them. They take the quickest time of those 2 laps. That does a lot of things. It will set you, lines up the heat races. It also will, you'll keep the time through the evening.
It's not unlike what we see in the Indianapolis time trials. 1 car on the track at one time. Don Drought, another local guy, Don Drought Jr. from Lincoln, Nebraska. Oh, number 1.
1 BK car, and BK letters are written up and down beside the 1. Kind of hard to see, but that in the world of Outlaws, that's another #1 car, so they have to distinguish the two apart, and they do it by the B and the K.
Well, I would think the BK stands for Burger King.
Burger King.
We'll see if he can have it his way here on the track. That's the fastest so far. And apparently no need to hold the pickle and hold the lettuce, because Don Brown Jr. departs with the fastest time. Well, the magic name in sprint car racing is Swindell. This is Jeff Swindell from Memphis, Tennessee. He's got the green flag. Let's watch him on turn 2.
This young man will show him the fast way around on this racetrack. You can look for him to, if not set fast time, he will be giving it his best shot, and I think he could be there tonight. That car is hooking up well.
Here we go.
Watch him bring the back end around and head the car down the straightaway. Had to lift just a little bit still in that number 2 turn. He's running high, 3 and 4 though, pushing the cushion up.
Looks like a good go-round. We'll wait for the official time for Jeff Swindell.
Keep legging it out. That's a beautiful number 4 car, and that's running under the 4AB tonight.
Oh, not bad, Mike. 12.841. That's the second quickest so far. So Jeff Swindell negotiating this track rather smartly and departs, and will be in the show. And they just keep moving right along. Here's Mark Kinzer, and again, that magic Kinzer name.
This young man, no doubt, can qualify a race car. He is a good driver. He's number 2 in points, and that'll tell you one thing. Watch him run right up on the ridge all the way around, and if he's not there, it won't be because he doesn't try. Look at this. Let's watch him into that number 2 turn. Is he going to be able to negotiate it? And he does. He's got the track down. He is on go tonight.
He's got it dialed in, not afraid, as you say, of going up in those marbles, and it looks like a good, strong run here for Mark Kinzer. I'll tell you what, nobody quicker so far at 12.119 is the number 1X car of Mike Peters, Wichita, Kansas.
The car is out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. The driver is out of Wichita, Kansas. Mike Peters, a champion on the half mile at Oklahoma City. Here's a man that's just pretty good kind of a race car driver. He knows the quick way around a racetrack. He looks good tonight in the Carboni-built engine.
He's got this dialed in real well, Mike. This is going to be a good time for him. He's backing off on it now, but I'm willing to believe that. Yeah, you're right. It's the fastest man on the track right now. 12.103 for Mike Peters. Well, we talked about him a lot at the beginning. Here he is on the track trying to qualify Steve Kinzer, who is Mr. World of Outlaws. No question about it. Bloomington, Indiana home. And he's got the white flag, and he's ready to go.
He's the king of the Outlaws. Steve Kinzer. He's driving a half Maxim car.
He is not letting up at all as he comes through turn 4 to take the checker, and this is going to be a good time for Steve Kinzer. 12-1 and change, so that means he will be up close to the top 3. No, he is the leader now. It has just been flashed, the official time now at 12.012. And Steve Kinzer, no mystery, the man that everyone will chase now. Qualifying again, continuing. That's car number 49, Mike, and that's Doug Wolfgang, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It's Wolfie, and they love him here, just outside of Lincoln.
And that's one of the reasons, again, that Wolfie has spent a lot of time at this racetrack before he went to being a touring pro on the World of Outlaws, just living up in Sioux Falls, and came down and ran this beautiful Eagle racetrack many, many times. He's kind of a local hero, and he's a local hero in more places than one. One thing you want to look at on Wolf's car, it's brand new. It's only about 2 weeks old. He will be fast. It is a lightweight racer.
So a new chassis for Wolfie. They're waiting for one of the other racers to depart. Now he gets the green, and he's bringing around turn 4, and he's on it. Wolfie through turn 2, high, wide, handsome, and now negotiates up through turn 3.
And Doug Wolf,
It's going to be a real quick time for him, Mike.
Doug Wolfgang is on Hoosier tires. A lot of the guys don't run the Hoosiers, but Hoosiers are on Wolfie's number 49 tonight. You can bet one thing, that it will go to the front as quick as possible. Owned by Bob Olson, a CPA.
That's a good time. We'll wait for the official time, but that's a good time for Wolfgang.
Got to be a 12 flat to take first place. And I think
fourth quickest, Mike.
That's good enough. That's all you want to do. You're up front. You don't have to worry about it a whole lot.
Why get greedy? And here's the man, Steve Kinzer. Steve, nicely done tonight. Tell me about the track. You got up pretty high there in turn number 2. Is that going to be a problem, you think?
Well, they're going to push this thing, the cushion way up to the top on the fence tonight. With all the heat out here and all the wind blowing, it looks like, I don't know, they're going to push it right on the top, and there's not much moisture on the bottom, so I don't know if you'll ever be able to get down there and outrun them or not. Yeah, we just went out to qualify and rode right around the cushion and turned a pretty good lap. A little better than what I expected to as late as I went out.
Well, Steve, keep that air conditioning on full blast inside that car, okay?
Yeah, it's not too bad inside it.
Steve.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, buddy. Ah, the crack of the bat, the cheer of the home crowd, the smell of hot dogs and peanuts. Eugene Emerald's baseball is all that and more. An affordable evening of summertime entertainment for the whole family. Come on out to the ballpark and be a part of the action, the thrills, the fun. Enjoy the excitement of live Northwest League baseball competition and help cheer on the Emeralds as they continue to build a winning tradition. Nothing beats the Ems. Summer's best entertainment value.
Looking for a lot of entertainment for a little money? Well, watch this. Order Encore hit movies from the 60s, 70s, and 80s before July 20th, and you'll get a year's worth of the biggest and best for only $1 a month. But hurry, you only see deals like this in the movies.
In Australia, there's wild beaches, the Outback, and Aussie rules football. Full-out, full-blown, full-contact football. The hardest hits, the awesome kicks, and the man in white. There's nothing like it. Australian rules football. It's a kick. Friday afternoons at 5 on Prime Network. Available on most Prime affiliates.
All right, Mike, heat number 1, 10 laps. And, again, they all get pushed out onto the track. What is this now? They don't just all come out starting. They get a push out, Mike. Explain that. What's going on?
These cars do not have starters on them, Ken. They're all direct drive. There's no clutch on the cars. They start in gear. They have to go up around 12, 14 mile an hour, and then the cars will take fire on their own. And there is no self-starting. It's another situation so you can keep them light.
All right, here's the lineup. Gary DeWalt in row number 1, and beside him is Tim Monson. Jerry Beek Jr., row 2. Joe Gertie in row number 2 as well. In row number 3, Dave Blaney and Steve Kinzer. Kinzer, of course, the top qualifier. In row 4, Tim Lewis and Lonnie Jensen in the 7TA car. In row 5, it'll be Reagan Kitchen and Dennis Parker.
Ken, the cars that you want to watch in this race, the ones that you want to keep an eye on, 7C, 7TW, and the 11 car. Those 3 cars will be very, very fast. They're all touring pros, and they will run towards the front.
7C would be Blaney, the Ohio, the Buckeye Bullet. And, of course, the number 11 car is Kinzer.
And then Joe Gertie in the 7TW, the maroon car, Ken, sitting on the second row outside.
Now queued up the way they should be.
Now, Ken, when they come around, they have a line marked over in approximately turn 4. That is the official starting mark. And when they cross that line, they will get a green flag. If it was a bad start, the flagman will throw the yellow as they go down the back chute as they go into the first turn. And this is safety purposes only. Let's see what it does. We got green.
Quickly to the front is DeWalt in the blue car as he negotiates successfully through turn number 2 and now up through 3 and down through 4. And we're about to complete our first lap here as the 10 operates. DeWalt now putting his lead a little more daylight between he and the second car there.
DeWalt is making a good run. DeWalt is making a good run of it. He has got probably a half a lap lead, but right now the man Kinzer sitting in the back of the number 11 car, he is in the 5th place. He's trying to make a move on the outside, and Kinzer is not hooking up the way I thought he would.
There is Kinzer right now on the screen, duking it out with Blaney from Ohio and trying to pass Blaney. That would be the first step he would have to do to take the lead. back in the pack. Gary DeWall from Jackson, Minnesota, the winner here in heat race number 1. You know, these cars are amazing, and they've come a long way, you know, in the technology department. Let's go to Mike Galloway, who takes a close-up look and shows us what makes these cars go.
There's no question about it. When you see this design on a race car, you know that you're looking at the very best in dirt track racing. It's the world of Outlaws sprint cars. Probably the thing that catches your eye first about a World of Outlaws car is the wing. The maximum in the rules is 25 square feet. This wing does a lot of things. Lets the driver run into the turns harder, accelerate off the turns at a greater speed, and also if something goes wrong and the car's upside down, this 25-foot square wing acts as a shock absorber when the car lands, protecting the driver on the inside. And another thing about it, the wing's fully adjustable on the inside of the race car. There's basically only 2 gauges in a World of Outlaws car. The oil pressure and the water temperature. Both of them critical to the engine itself. This particular car has a tattletale tack. It's got 2 minutes after you shut the motor off. You push a button and it'll read out the maximum RPM in the race. What this does is let the driver know what the conditions of the track and how the motor was acting on the racetrack itself. Pretty simple, but when you're running as fast as these guys, you don't need a lot of things to watch over. This all-aluminum 410 cubic inch Chevrolet designed engine in Johnny Herrera's car is the maximum in cubic inch limitation with the World of Outlaws sprint cars. Alcohol fuel injection, no nitrous oxide or nitromethane, but believe me, this 410 cubic inch engine will pick the front tires off the ground 3 feet if the conditions are right, even at 50 miles an hour. Now, as complicated as this may sound, there's really only 2 things that a driver of a World of Outlaws sprint car needs to have on his mind. That's always turn to the left and hurry back.
On to heat number 2, Mike. 10-lap event, just like heat number 1. Some pretty fair competitors at this one, too. J.R. Topper, I guess, draws the inside lane.
Well, the gentleman probably that you'd want to watch would be back in the 3rd row outside, as he was the number 2 qualifier.
Topper and Fred Brownfield in row 1. Don Proud Jr., Jeff Swindell in row 2. In row 3, Stevie Smith, and I think the fellow you're talking about, Mike Peters.
Mike Peters in a 1X car, brand new ride for Mike, first time out this weekend, and he really looked good in qualifying.
In row 4, Mark Fennell and Gary Tressman, and in row 5, Keith Highshoe and Gary Herbst. So they're queued up now to begin this lap, the first lap. White line is drawn in the dirt. They'll wait the green flag for the starter. There he is, and there it is, and here we go. And quickly to the lead is Fred Brownfield in that number 32 car, as he puts a lot of distance between he and the rest of the pack. Brownfield the leader through lap number 1.
Watch the number 4 car. The number 4 car is into second. That's Hartnett. He's in second place for Rookie of the Year candidate in the World of Outlaws. Peters has moved into the 3rd place. Those 2 guys are trying to come on hard on this 32 car, Ken.
It keeps Fred Brownfield in the lead. He has not relinquished it through 2 laps of this 10-lap race. And now as the pack begins to separate, quite the congestion we saw the first heat. Again, through 3 laps, Fred Brownfield the leader in this heat race number 2.
Hartnett is picking him up just a little bit. He's making some great moves in the number 2 turn. Now the 32 car setting well in the other turns, but Hartnett, the number 4 car, in the 2nd place is picking up our leader.
Hartnett challenging a little bit on the turns, but Brownfield continues to put distance in between he and the rest of the pack as we have the yellow caution flag out now, Mike, as we've had a spin out down in turn number 4. So the caution comes out, and everybody backs off the throttle as Gary Herbst. So they go back to the queue that they had before. Brownfield in the lead, and right behind Brownfield is Hartnett. Behind him is Peters. And they will undoubtedly get the green this time, and they got it on the back straightaway.
This gentleman is no rookie. Now we're 4 abreast up there at the front.
And Brownfield maintains the lead as they come through turn number 1. Brownfield maintains his lead, but Hartnett is right on him, and Peters right behind him.
Look at the number 77 car, Ken. That man made a dynamic move on the 1 beat BK car. He has now gone to the number 4 position. That's Stevie Smith. Laps are counting down, and Stevie could be in problem. The race is going to be at the front of it, though, with the 32 car and the 4 car.
There's Brownfield making the turn. Hotnet right on him, and Peters behind him.
Hotnet's going to try to run a little bit lower line, I think, when he goes around this time. Ken, he's setting up, just the opposite. Gets high and up in the marbles, and Peters closes the gap. Peters closes the gap very quickly into the number 2 spot.
Brownfield maintaining his position quite well, and here's the battle for 2 and 3, Mike.
The number 4 car and the number 1X car. Mike Peters in the 3rd spot. Barnett in the number 4 car in 2nd place. Only 2 laps to go. Look at the number 1 car. The wing has gone bad on the 1BK car, and he's in a lot of trouble. He was running up in the 5th place position. White flag is coming out.
1 lap to go. Here's the battle for 5th place, Mike.
Look at the wing on the BK car. The 1BK car has moved to 6th. The back strut broke on it. Look, we got a car in the wall on the last lap.
But Fred Brownfield will take the checkered flag. Hotnet on his tail in 2nd. Peters finishes 3rd as they finish on the caution with a car that has gone on the rail. Now, if you haven't been with us on the World of Outlaws circuit, this may surprise you, but Mike, there is money to be made on this circuit. Look at Steve Kinzer, over $182,000. That's a pretty fair sum of money for 1/2 of one season.
Looking into 6 months of the season, we still got a lot of racing. They will race up till October, the latter part of October of this year. So this man has a chance to make $250,000 pretty easy. Some of the races that are still to come up are big races, Ken, where you're looking at $50,000 to win 1st place, and there's another race that's $65,000 to win. So there's a lot of money still to be made in the sprint car racing this season.
Well, Fred, the inverted start certainly helped you. You know, it doesn't seem like any bargain to finish 1st in those qualifying.
Yeah, the inversion definitely was an asset for us. First coming out here like this from the West Coast and not getting a chance to run before, the inversion definitely put us up front, where it gave me a few laps on my own to get things right.
Fred, when the yellow flag came out and you had the 2 competitors that had been breathing pretty hard on you, although they hadn't closed a lot, did it worry you?
Well, a little bit, because I'm used to the starts on the West Coast, Pacific Northwest, and these guys start on the back straightaway. You really got to be on the gas in a hurry, and that first restart I got on too late, and they got by me, but the yellow had already come up, so I knew I had a second chance at it, so I went hard on the back straightaway.
Well, you didn't let that happen the second time around, though, did you?
No, we were gas on at that point. We were ready to go.
Congratulations. We'll look for you in the trophy dash.
Thank you very much.
Nighttime falling here just outside of Lincoln, Nebraska at the Eagle Speedway, and we get ready for heat number 3. Again, a 10-lap race. And Mike, you look at the people that are in this one, and the lineup is pretty impressive. First, you have Rick Howard and John Kearney, 2 fine racers. Swindell also can hold his own. Cameron had a real strong qualifying. He's in row 2. In row 3, Johnny Herrera, whom you would think would be the favorite. Then Mark Kinzer, Danny Lasowski, and Dean Chatt in row 4. And in row 5, it's Randy Whitman and Dan Cage Jr. But if this holds true, Herrera will not benefit from winning that particular qualifying.
Well, the thing about that we've seen in the earlier 2 races, the definite place to be on this racetrack is on the pole position. The number 4 car on the inside is Jeff Swindell, and Jeff should be very, very tough in the beautiful blue car. So, but here again, the first row has been the place to be in the previous races.
And they're on it. And very quickly, the 86 car comes out and takes the lead. That's John Kearney. He has put some distance between him and the rest of the pack as the first lap is about to go in the book. John Kearney, and right on his tail and trying to make a move is the number 2 car, Rick Howard. Howard tries to drop down low through turn number 1, but he's blocked, and nicely by Kearney.
They both go by him, Ken. They get by him, and the number 2 car goes to the front. That's Rick Howard. Jeff Swindell on the inside, and Swindell now moves into 2nd place. But can he hold it? Swindell and Howard are going to battle for the lead up front, but watch the number 5 car that's moved into 3rd place, because Mark Kinzer is 2nd in points, and he will go to the front.
The number 5 car is the orange car, but it remains Rick Howard who has the lead.
Now he just lost it. Swindell goes underneath him. The black flag comes out for the 26 car. Swindell the corners, but Howard seemed to be pulling him down the straightaway.
Howard went high. Swindell tried to go low through turn 4. It didn't work. Same tactic here in turn 1. Didn't work. And in turn 2, it's still Rick Howard up on top. Oh, there's the move. There's the move right there as Swindell takes the lead. We've got the yellow flag out, though, Mike. Got a caution. We've got a car in the infield.
We've got a car in the infield over on turn number 2.
Well, that will only bring them all back, and they'll queue up again, and we'll see if that battle between Rick Howard and Swindell will develop after they get the green. But right now, everything is on pause until this car can be cleared.
Well, if you see right here that Rick Howard is on the high side and he ducks back down. Now, Swindell will come in low. Swindell comes in low, makes a good, clean pass. And he's doing well in the turns, but he's not pulling it down the straightaway. Now watch Howard set the car up. Straight shot down the back straightaway. He comes down low, gets underneath him. I want it back, and I want it bad, and he takes it.
He sure does. And you made a good point, Mike. It's the turns where Swindell is making his moves, but Howard seems to be doing the better job of it on the straightaways. Program. You saw the laps remaining, and they should be getting the green, I would think, Mike, within the next half lap or so.
Flagman says not this time around. That's Larry White, the head flagman here at the Eagle Speedway, and he says we just can't run them like this. We got to get this thing cleared up a little bit. So he gives them the finger, says one more time around. Jeff Swindell, the number 4 car, sitting right behind. Got a jump.
Got it now. Swindell tries that same maneuver down low and successfully, but Howard takes it back in the straightaway.
He is running so well. Swindell is low and he's on the move. He's going to try to get up in front of him, but Rick Howard, it's a race down the back chute. Can Swindell hold on to this one?
Swindell coming back on the lead again through turn number 4. And Howard drops back to second, and Kinzer makes a move now, and he's in second place as Howard drops back to third.
Kinzer moves up underneath Howard, but now Kinzer's got to make a move to go to the front.
Swindell with the lead over Kinzer. Howard dropping back in the pack, and we're getting very close to the final lap.
The laps are running out. The white flag will come around. Jeff Swindell should be able to put this one in the bag.
He has the white flag. Final lap, less than, well, it'll be complete here in just a matter of seconds. Kinzer in second place. Swindell, you can see, the blue car is in first. Swindell will take the checkered flag and win heat race number 3. Kinzer finishes second, and Howard bringing it up in the show.
Johnny Herrera in the 4th place, the 32U car.
There is the winner, Jeff Swindell of heat race number 3. Mike, here's the restart, and you're going to see Swindell take the lead just like that, where he did before on the turns.
Rick Howard hard on this back straightaway as soon as he sees the green, but he's high. He's real high. Look at Swindell making the car work down low and off the turn. Now, Howard comes back, jumps in front of him. This is the pass that he makes stick, though. Going into number 1, he's underneath the Howard car. He makes it stick, drips up high, and he's hard off the number 2 turn. That one stays this time around, Ken.
You know, it's so important to do well in these heat races. Obviously, you want to win, so you get to that trophy dash.
Looking in the trophy dash and then putting in a good spot in the feature. So, yes, these are truly important.
All right, final heat race. Number 4, Aaron Berryhill in row number 1. Bubek, the number 9 car, also alongside with him in row 2, Vance Peterson and Jim Carr. In row 3, Danny Lasowski and Doug Wolfie. Dave Holloman and Mike Chad make row 4, and in row 5, Randy Floodman and Kevin Doty. Heat race number 4, and they're on it. And again, Bubek just zooms to the lead.
Wolfgang coming off the back and into second, and he does it so slyly. But down the back straightaway, Berryhill trying to make a move. Look at Lasowski on the low part of the racetrack, but Wolfgang in the number 2 spot.
It is Bubik in the number 9 neon pink car, and
we got trouble
right behind him. And a 3-car spin out heading into turn number 2 has brought out the yellow caution one more time.
The 85, 80 car, and the Z car all got together in the middle.
The Z car is Dave Holloman. The number 80 car is Vance Peterson. Nice move here by Wolfgang to zoom into second place, Mike.
Watch him just cut right between the two cars like threading a needle. He goes from the high side to the low side, and when you get to turn 1, he's already set the car up. The car is working well. It's going to break loose just a little bit. He's going to come up high. Beautiful move for Doug Wolfgang. Takes him from middle of the pack to the front.
And they're off.
Wolfie high, Laskowski low. Lasowski is in the number 2 spot. Doug Wolfgang out in front. It's not a walk for Doug Wolfgang, though. Danny Lasowski in the Casey Luna Ford number 10 is moved into the number 2 spot, and he is holding on to it. Look out, they're challenging back.
But there's the leader in car number 49. That's Doug Wolfgang, a local favorite. They love him here on this track. But he may have some problems with Lasowski. It seems to be Lasowski making his move on the turns, but Wolfgang putting the air between them on the straightaway.
I don't think he can catch him tonight, Ken. Doug Wolfgang, this is his kind of racetrack. He likes to run up in the marbles, and he's setting the car up in 1 in the marbles, coming down between 1 and 2 and making it look good. He is widening the gap.
Look at him lay on the pedal as he hits the straightaways. Unbelievable. Lasowski comes up close on the turns, but Wolfgang just lets it rip down the straightaway. He's through turn number 4 and coming down. Close to the end of this race now, Mike.
You've got to think that Doug Wolfgang is just going to set and ride this out. Four
laps to go.
Doug Wolfgang making the cushion go up higher, and I mean he is making it work well up high. Danny Lasowski not challenging too much in the number 10 car as the races begin to spread out on this 3rd-mile track. Lasowski would love to find a little extra to run with.
Wolfgang, one of the big 3 in the world of Outlaws, and he is the man in this heat race tonight.
They're going to get the white flag this time around, Ken. And look at this. Wolfgang is almost to come up on a lap car in this heat race.
Wolfgang is about to lap the number 6 car, Randy Floodman. I don't know if he's going to get to do that, but with the white flag out, he is about to take the checker, and he does. Doug Wolfgang has won heat race number 4. Lasowski is in second place, but the man of the hour in this race, the number 49 car of Doug Wolfgang, the winner in heat race number 4. Hiya, Wolfie. Nice going. You get the pole now for the Tums Trophy Dash. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Qualified 4th, and I guess they drew 4, so that gets me on the pole there for the dash. The track's starting to tacken up in the middle groove, and it'll probably be a pretty exciting feature now.
Doug, let me ask you a couple of questions. Was it the Hoosier tires or Robert Hubbard that made the car work so well tonight?
Hubbard does a good job, but he's not magic. I think the biggest magic was that we came out in the 4th heat race, the 4th and final race, and they've laid rubber down on the racetrack, and the cars are starting to glue in a little better as we went. So I don't think it was really nothing that we did to the car. It just happened to be it had more laps on it by the time we raced.
You think the tires are heating up? They've laid the track has turned black. They've got a lot of rubber on it. Feature time, any major changes between now and the feature?
Not really. I think the track's going to come even more to us, and we'll just have to watch the Trophy Dash and the B main, see what happens.
Mike, the Trophy Dash point standings right now for the Tums Trophy Dash. Kinzer in the lead, but I got to believe Dave Wolfgang can make up some serious ground tonight in this thing.
6 points will be awarded to the winner, and it goes back to 1 point to the 6th place finisher in the Tums Trophy Dash. These points accumulate towards the Fram Dash. The world's richest race pays $65,000 to win. The top 10 qualifiers are guaranteed a starting spot in the Fram Dash, which will take place at the end of the Outlaws season. So no doubt we're going to see quite a race. Now Kinzer will start on 2nd row outside. Remember the move that Wolf pulled in his heat race. Steve Kinzer has that capability.
Wolf liking the lower part of the track in the turns. We'll see if that strategy holds true to form here in the Tums Trophy Dash as they queue up. And the green flag is dropped. And a real hot start for Mark Kinzer.
They go to yellow, Ken.
I was going to say that might have been too good. They'll bring him back, and they'll admonish Kinzer and tell him to mind his manners now on the next green.
See, Doug Wolfgang sitting on the inside front row sets the pace.
Kinzer's probably saying he can't blame a guy for trying.
Just didn't work. Our flagman had them pegged before they even got close.
All right, so we'll wait for them to restructure themselves here.
Larry White had an eye on him. Let's see what Larry says this time around. He gives them green, and we're racing.
And Kinzer is out in front again, so even with the caution, he employs the same strategy and takes the lead on Wolfgang, but they're neck and neck now as they come through turn 2, and now down through turn 4, and it's neck and neck at Kinzer and Wolfgang side by side.
They are as close to side by side as you can ever get. Wolfgang gets a car length on him. Mark Kinzer up high in the marbles, and he runs around, comes in second place. Steve Kinzer sitting in the 3rd spot. Mike Peters in the 4th spot. But the race is not over. Wolfgang out in front, but Mark Kinzer trying to make a charge. He will go high. Steve comes low. This is a very close race. Steve Kinzer is picking him up. I don't think he can get Doug Wolfgang, but he is sure going to try.
As we watch the rest of the lap, there is Wolfgang on the left-hand part of your screen in the lead and continuing to work the lower part of that track. There he is in car number 49, and the orange car number 5 is Kinzer.
Kinzer's making a move. Kinzer is going to take over the number 2 spot. Steve Kinzer just passed his second cousin, Mark Kinzer, and has gone to number 2. There's only 2 laps left. That's probably not enough time to catch Doug Wolfgang, but it will sure help his starting in the A feature.
Here is the white flag for the final lap. Wolfgang still with a healthy lead now over Steve Kinzer, but it's Wolfgang's race to lose at this point, and he will not do that. Coming through the final turns, Doug Wolfgang first, Steve Kinzer second, Mark Kinzer third. And there is the winner of the Tums Trophy Dash, Doug Wolfgang. Mike, let's take a look at this graphic as we put it up, the A feature lap leaders. Now, as you might expect, Steve Kinzer is up there, but as this unfolds, it gets very interesting.
Well, Steve Kinzer with 41% of A feature lap leads this year. And then Sammy Swindell with 21%. And look at Doug Wolfgang, 2%. But Ken, you have to stop and think for a moment. We've got over 40 cars here tonight. There's a lot of people out there that doesn't even get close to it. And here's a man that's sitting with 41%. I'd say those are pretty strong numbers. Of course, they call him the king.
Oh, what a beautiful night here. Just a little bit outside of Lincoln, Nebraska. Full moon. And a full A feature to come. 25 laps. Sponsored by Copenhagen Skoal. And Mike, these are the guys that have done something tonight. I mean, they have all earned a spot here to the A main.
And they've done something right, Ken.
Well, they're lined up now, aren't they, Mike? They're going to go 4 abreast at some point, huh?
They go 4 abreast, Ken. This is the World of Outlaws salute to their fans. Probably the premier parade lap in any motorsports event. This will bring the fans to their feet.
And that's exactly what's happening here as the crowd at Eagle Raceway stands and salutes these very, very entertaining drivers.
4 abreast, the Outlaws salute to the fans, and look at the fans as they salute the Outlaws. You're going to see some hands. They've got those big wings on the side of it. There they are. You can see Stevie Smith and number 77 waving to the people. They're all waving. What an impressive sight, Ken.
They'll wait for the green flag. It is not dropped yet. Just some engine revving to kind of get everybody in the mood.
They'll break them out, put them back in line, and they've done it so many times. It is so easy.
Back in 2x2 now.
Now, Steve Kinzer and Doug Wolfgang have sat side by side so many times. They know what each other can do. They will push their cars to the limit. They can rub tires, and they know what the other guy's going to do.
They
how
may
he's
be
going to
talking
react.
to each other, huh?
You bet. Let's see if they go green.
We got the green. And they're on. And
looks like it's going to stay green as Wolfgang goes to the front.
He has taken the lead, and we have got a fair start. Kinzer right on him, but Wolfgang has the lead.
A lot of racing still to go, but Doug Wolfgang setting up on a cushion. We've got the 97 car in trouble. by Kinzer. Kinzer is coming on Wolfgang, and they're coming up to lap traffic. Kinzer gets underneath him. Wolfgang pulls down the back straightaway. Watch Kinzer. He comes underneath Wolfgang. He's going to make a move. Kinzer smokes the right rear tire, picks the left front up off the ground, and he is hooked up.
And Kinzer is falling behind some slower traffic, and it looks like Wolfgang is taking advantage of it, putting a car between him and Kinzer. Nice move by Wolfgang on that maneuver, and he now puts a long piece of distance between him and Steve Kinzer, but now Kinzer has made that up.
Again, I want you to watch them pick the left front tire up as they come out of the number 4 turn. They're putting so much traction down that pick the left front tire up and run almost down the front straightaway. Wolfgang trying to run high. Kinzer's running high. Mark Kinzer sets in the 3rd place. Peters in the 3rd spot. The next car, the 7C car, now running in the 4th spot, and Mark Kinzer in the 5 car is having some problems, and he's dropping back.
Kinzer has really been boxed in this race, Mike, and it's not so much. I think that Wolfgang is driving to win. He's almost putting Kinzer in a position that he can't make up in the time.
Kinzer will make it up. Watch him move. Look at the tires, smoke coming off the turn. That's the power. Kinzer is going to come up. If he can catch him, this is the time to do it. There's clear sailing. And look at him run in and close the gap in the turn. Kinzer running a little bit deeper in the turn, but Wolfgang is. Now Wolfgang is up with some lap traffic. Kinzer's there. Kinzer pulls within a car length. Now Wolfgang is low and in trouble with lap cars, but Kinzer is stopping. We got one upside down on the front straightaway.
Oh, man, we got the red flag out now, and we've got trouble right here in River City.
We got another car spinning right there. The Vibrant car drove into the cage.
And there is all kind of emergency personnel now rushing to the scene as we had a car spin on its side and then rammed by the Vibrant car.
That's the Hamilton car out of the car that was upside down is the Hamilton car, the number 97 car out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Aaron, that's right, Berryhill, I'm sorry. Aaron Berryhill out of Broken Bow. He got the car on its side right on the front straightaway, and then the Vibrant car had no place to go, Ken.
Let's take a look at the wreck itself, Mike.
Berryhill coming down the front straightaway, and you're going to see Berryhill move in. This is the cars and the way they look down the back straightaway. That's Wolfgang on the inside making a move. Look at the top right hand of your screen, and you see Berryhill. He caught the outside berm on the number 4 turn, and he's upside down laying right there in the front straightaway. Now the car sitting there is kind of torn up, and you see some cars making its way around. There's the 3 car getting by. You see another car spinning. Then the 16 car slips by, and here's the 7 car, and there's just no place to go as he drives right into the wing. That's a bad situation, Ken, as we talked about the wing absorbing some shock, but it's not meant to absorb that kind of a shock, and it flips the car back over on its feet.
So as they check out the car driven by Doug Wolfgang, we'll step away for a moment. Here just outside of Lincoln, Nebraska, we'll have more here on the Prime Network in just a moment. So they restack and wait for the green to drop. Then it's a sprint, and we'll see if Wolfgang can hold on for 2 laps. Here they come around turn 4, and we're on it. Kinzer in 2nd place, Peters in 3rd, and Wolfgang with a lot of daylight between both. White flag is out. We have 1 lap to go.
Peters is on the inside, and he is going to try to make a pass on Kinzer. I don't think it will happen. It's a short sprint now to the finish line. It looks like it's going to be a Doug Wolfgang night with a clean sweep of the Outlaws, and he has done it.
Kinzer in 2nd, Peters 3rd, and the number 16 car.
The number 5 car runs.
5 car. Sorry about that. Number 5 car finishes in 4th.
77 car, I believe, ends up in the 5th spot, Ken.
Doug Wolfgang, the winner of the main event tonight. So it's Doug Wolfgang's night here at Eagle Raceway just outside of Lincoln, Nebraska. He was there in qualifying. He was there in the heat. And when it counted, he was there at the end with the big win. The lopsided win in the A main feature. The World of Outlaws, Autolite Sprint National. There's Doug. Your kind of track tonight, Doug. No question about it. It was evident as the night progressed that these were conditions that you could thrive on.
Well, I think the biggest thing that happened was I qualified 4th, and they drew the 4-pill for the trophy dash, and I started in the front the rest of the night. And I think it was a track where you could run just about wide open, but just about equal with everybody, and I just happened to start in the front.
Well, Doug, it was a beautiful night. Some unfortunate accidents, but I don't think that they hurt you at all as the car runs down the front straightaway. How did the track? You said that it would come around to your kind of race car, and it looked like it did just that.
Yeah, we were handling real good in the feature. It was just a matter of we didn't quite have hard enough tires for the conditions here. We've never seen it. We've been to Lincoln quite a few times and never seen it get this hard on tires, and we didn't have hard enough rubber with us, but we kind of limped her home in the cords, and I guess about everybody was the same way, so it worked out all right.
Is the cord showing on the tires now?
Yes, sir, they are.
Just smoked them completely off.
Yeah, I did. I was too heavy on the foot, I guess.
I bet you got some good places to put that prize money to use, too, huh?
Yeah, I got a lot of kids at home, you know. Girls, they're expensive.
Well, I've heard that. Doug, congratulations. It was your night.
Thanks a lot.
And as you can see, it's a profitable night for Doug Wolfgang, pocketing $3,500. Steve Kinzer doesn't pick up chump change either, a couple of grand. Peters and Mark Kinzer and Stevie Smith, they have something to show for their troubles tonight as well. Now for my partner, Mike Galloway, and our producer-director, Tom Williamson. This is Ken Bruce speaking to you and reminding you that this has been a presentation